May 10, 2021. In dreams, I saw how the believers in this message were on the walking of life. I saw them more worried and occupied with everything ephemeral in this world and less with the spiritual. Nevertheless, not everyone was equally on this, from what I was able to observe. I saw a long road and many walkers on it. I saw on this road, at a distance from each other, 3 huge clocks that appeared in the sky, above this road and those who were walking. One marked 3, the other 6, the other 9. I stayed looking at the why for this, without understanding its meaning. Soon, another clock appeared, this one showing 11:45. Then I asked, "Oh, what thing is this?" I was responded, "Observe." I saw that, on the road, the people who were going became groups. Under the clock that marked 3 there were many people, a thick group. I also observed that under the clock that marked 6 there was another group, but fewer people. Under the clock that marked 9, another group, even smaller. And, under the clock that marked 11:45, another group, even smaller than the previous groups. Meanwhile I continued to observe this, without comprehending. I observed that the group under the 3 o'clock clock were walking slowly, and each step was very difficult for them. Those who were under the 6 o'clock clock advanced 5 steps and stopped. And so I saw them advance, every 5 steps. Those who were under the 9 o'clock clock, these, advanced 10 steps and stopped. And so was their walk. The group under the 11:45 clock were walking so fast that it was difficult for me to count how far they walked, as they were going so fast. I was observing these variations in these groups when I noticed that, of the groups that went under the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock clocks, one or another quickened their pace and joined the next group. And, like this, little by little, some were advancing. I also noticed that others, who were under the 9 o'clock, slowed down and fell behind the previous groups. This is how I saw how these groups varied, and changed, as time passed. All this passed in front of me and I asked myself, how much does what has been shown to me cover? Soon, I saw that those who were under the 3 o'clock clock were carrying a lot of load, a large thick suitcase, one on their backs, some carried them, and others, in their hands. The 6 o'clock group carried a bundle on their backs. And the 9 o'clock group had a bag in their hands. I noticed that the 11:45 group, the one under this clock, had nothing in their hands. While I continued observing this long road with these groups of people and these clocks, at the end of the road, a larger clock appeared than the previous ones, and it marked 12 o'clock. Then, around it, 2 angels appeared and blew shofars and exclaimed, "All peoples praise the King of Kings and Lord of Lords because his kingdom has come." I was stunned before all this. And I still didn't understand everything that was happening before me. I was soon told, these clocks are a time marker as God sees them. And God sees how time is almost fulfilled and the people are behind because their interests come first than those of the eternal God. Everyone should be under the 11:45 clock, and advancing even more, and most are on the 3 o'clock and feel good there. Their lethargy is so great that they even blame God for coming back and taking them out of their comfort zone. Those of the 6, those who are under this clock, are being a little more aware of what is imminent. But they reason that they can still wait a little longer before acting. And those who are under the 9 o'clock, recognize and have begun to take things seriously, but many, in their own way, not because Christ is coming but because they are doing badly and they see the danger and want to be free. And those with the 11:45 clock do not look to the right or to the left. They follow the path marked out by the teacher and, if they do not hesitate, they will reach the final goal. Nothing in this world is worth to them, but the kingdom of eternal God. As all this was being explained to me, I was able to see the variations in each group. He spoke again and told me, not everyone who goes in these groups will be left behind. God's mercy extends to them and all those who accept the light without mixture will be able to advance. Moreover, the majority, sadly, will be left behind. Oh beloved! This dream has been a great meditation for me. I have meditated a lot on this. I have tried to visualize this in all aspects, and everything that the Lord is letting us know here is tremendous. God grant that we can understand. I know that those who are wise will understand, and that we can take the things of the eternal seriously because, certainly, what we have in front of our eyes right now, will no longer exist. And if we don't prepare ourselves for the world to come, unfortunately, we will perish in this world, along with what we have and cherish most in it. God grant that we qualify everything that is here as ephemeral, as worthless, and that we can put what really has value first in our lives, which is the kingdom of God and His justice. And everything else, will be in addition. God grant that we can run this race like, if we really want to win it. God grant that it be so, it is my request and prayer. May the Eternal bless us.